Hello there, you're watching Nightline with me, Anita Wu. The headlines. Police find elements of sabotage in Sungai Selangor pollution. And PM urges all Malaysians to make Visit Malaysia 2020 campaign a national mission. We begin the bulletin with this story. Police have launched a manhunt for 4 individuals for allegedly robbing a 66-year-old woman at Taman Tun Teja, Rawang, Selangor earlier on Monday. This after visuals of the victim with her face covered in masking tape, as well as a recording relating to the incident, went viral shortly after the robbery at 10:48 a.m. Gombak District Police Chief ACP Samsul Ma'ruf said the incident occurred while the victim was waiting for a bus across the road from Klinik Kesihatan Rawang when a car stopped in front of her. A couple in the car then offered her a ride home, which she accepted. He said there were 2 other men in the car. However, instead of driving her home, the 4 took the senior citizen to an area near Fuksheng restaurant where the men tied her hands and covered her face in masking tape. They then relieved her of 2 gold rings and about 110 ringgit in cash. She was then abandoned near a cemetery in Taman Seti Rawang. The victim, who escaped unhurt, estimated that she suffered losses of about 3,000 ringgit. The case is being investigated under Section 295 of the Penal Code for gang robbery. Police have found elements of sabotage in the contamination of Sungai Selangor, which has caused major water disruptions in the Klang Valley. Water, Land and Natural Resources Minister Dr. Xavier Jayakumar said the National Water Service Commission, or SPAN, filed a police report on Monday urging the authorities to investigate the matter. In his tweet, Dr. Xavier said he was informed that the police have identified elements of sabotage. SPAN also lodged a police report at the Bestari Jaya police station in Kuala Selangor on Monday over the 2 incidents of pollution in Sungai Selangor. Under the Water Services Industry Act, it is a crime to cause water to be contaminated. The pollution caused major water treatment plants to be shut down over the last few days. The Sungai Selangor phases 1, 2 and 3 and Rantau Panjang water treatment plants were shut down late on Sunday following the detection of diesel pollutants in Sungai Selangor. This comes 2 days after odour pollution forced more than 1 million consumers to experience abrupt water cuts. Meanwhile, Selangor sand mining concessionaire Kumpulan Semesta Sdn Bhd KSSB said in a statement that it had detected diesel spillage in the river close to the Hang Tuah Pond at about 6:15 p.m. on Sunday. The company was investigating the possibility of sabotage. Meanwhile, Selangor Police Chief Datuk Nur Azam Jamaluddin said anglers who were told off by workers guarding a pontoon in Sungai Selangor could have carried out an act of sabotage that caused the diesel oil spill. He said Kumpulan Semesta Sdn Bhd's contractor, 2B Machineries Sdn Bhd, had lodged a police report on their encounter with the anglers who were fishing near a pontoon in the river 2 to 3 days ago.
Pihak kami sedang menyalakan penyiasatan dan apa yang dinyatakan oleh pihak pengadu mengatakan sebelum kejadian tersebut terdapat 2-3 orang pemancing ikan di kawasan tersebut. Apabila pekerja daripada syarikat pontung tersebut telah menegur mereka supaya keluar daripada kawasan tersebut, mereka pada mulanya enggan untuk keluar disebabkan oleh keasyikan untuk memancing. Tapi apabila diarahkan keluar, mereka kemungkinan besar. Jadi saya tak boleh tolak kemungkinan besar mereka telah melakukan sabotaj. Ini hasil daripada statement yang kita perolehi daripada pekerja dekat ponton tersebut.
He said the complainant then discovered the diesel oil spill and found that the hose clip had come off. Dato' Azam also said that the leakage amounted to 100 litres from one of the 2 drums. He added that the workers spotted the anglers leaving on a motorcycle but were unable to record its licence plate number. The case is being investigated under Section 430 of the Penal Code for mischief by injury to works of irrigation or by wrongfully diverting water, which carries a jail term of between 5 to 30 years, a fine or both. Meanwhile, water supply is expected to be fully restored to nearly 2 million consumer accounts in the Klang Valley following the diesel pollution incident in Sungai Selangor by Saturday. Pengurusan Air Selangor Sdn Bhd Customer Relationship and Communications Department Head Abdul Rauf Ahmad said, based on their monitoring, up to 6 p.m. on Monday, supply to 16% of registered customer accounts has been restored. He said the supply to a total of 1,222 affected areas involving 1,919,942 accounts in Kuala Lumpur, Petaling, Klang and Shah Alam, Kuala Selangor, Hulu Selangor, Gombak and Kuala Langat will take place in stages from 6 a.m. on Tuesday. The list of locations and latest information can be viewed at Shabas's official website or Air Selangor mobile app, Air Selangor Facebook page and Twitter at Air Selangor. Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has called on Malaysians to make the Visit Malaysia 2020 tourism promotion a national mission by telling and sharing the beauty, peace and wonders of the country. He said everyone has a role to play in the Visit Malaysia 2020 campaign, where the government would ensure that the campaign becomes a catalyst for achieving targets set under the Malaysian Tourism Transformation Plan. Speaking at the launch of the Visit Malaysia 2020 campaign logo at the KL International Airport in Sepang on Monday, Tun Dr. Mahathir said Malaysia's hospitality must not be merely a slogan, but translated into the nature and culture of the people.
To make Visit Malaysia 2020 a success, let us make it a national mission for all. Thus, I call upon everyone, the Rakyat and our friends, to help us make this campaign a success by telling and sharing with everyone you know of how beautiful, peaceful and wonderful it is to be in Malaysia.
He added the Visit Malaysia 2020 campaign is an opportunity as well as a challenge for the country to attract record numbers of visitors to Malaysia and make the country a destination of choice for leisure and business tourists. The Prime Minister also expressed his hope that the Visit Malaysia 2020 campaign will succeed in its target of 30 million international tourist arrivals and 100 billion ringgit tourist receipts. He stressed that tourism is one of the most important sectors to ensure the country's economic and service sector growth, as it is not only able to generate income but also provide employment. For the first 5 months of this year, tourist arrivals recorded a growth of 4.8%, with 10.95 million tourist arrivals compared with 10.45 million tourist arrivals in the corresponding period last year. The first quarter performance of this year also showed growth in tourism revenue, which reached 21.4 billion ringgit, a surge of 16.9% compared to the same period the year before. The newly launched Visit Malaysia 2020 logo features various recognizable icons of Malaysia, such as the hornbill, hibiscus, the wild fern, and colors of the Malaysian flag. Created by Alfred Puah Hong Fook, a 23-year-old graphic designer from Malacca, the logo represents the diversity of Malaysia's culture, heritage, flora and fauna, as well as experiences offered as a holiday destination. His logo was chosen from hundreds of submissions nationwide during the competition period earlier this year. The new logo is to replace the previous one launched in Chiang Mai, Thailand, by former Tourism and Culture Minister Datuk Sri Muhammad Nazri Aziz in conjunction with the ASEAN Tourism Forum last year. For the campaign's success, Tourism Malaysia has partnered with several private sector corporations, namely Sharp Malaysia Electronics Sdn Bhd, Malaysia Airlines, AirAsia, Firefly, Malindo Air and Malaysia Airports Holidays Berhad to implement marketing and promotional activities by utilising their local and global media platforms. In addition, to further strengthen the industry, the government had recently launched the 5 million ringgit Malaysian Tourism Promotion Matching Grant Fund, or Gamelan Malaysia. The Health Ministry has embarked on an investigation into the sale of ghost smoke candies nationwide. The Ministry's Food and Nutrition Division will undertake the probe together with the Ministry of Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs.
Perkara ini telah pun kami kita perhatikan dan kita akan bahagian kualiti keselamatan makanan kami telah digerakkan dan kita penguatkuasaan akan kita lakukan dan dalam waktu yang terdekat bekerjasama dengan mungkin juga KPD dan kita akan ambil tindakan segera atas perkara ini Ini satu benda yang sangat mengejutkan dan we will not allow and compromise on this.
Worried parents have expressed concern over the sale of the ghost smoke candies that emit smoke similar to inhaling cigarettes. Pekan Papa Parent Teachers Association Chairman Muhammad Fauzi Sahat said the candies were widely sold to school children in Papa and also Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. Meanwhile, KPDN HEP Minister Datuk Sri Saifuddin Nasution Ismail said his ministry will not hesitate to take action against anyone selling and distributing the ghost smoke candy if it violates the law. He also said his enforcement officers have been ordered to investigate the source of the product as well as its ingredients and labelling. Parents in Papa raised their concerns over the candy that emits smoke similar to cigarettes when consumed. The matter came to light after videos of children in school uniforms exhaling vapour from their mouth upon consumption of the candy were circulated on social media. On to Datuk Sri Muhammad Najib Tun Razak's SRC trial now. The former Ambank Berhad relationship manager of Datuk Sri Najib has denied allegations that she was a rogue banker who acted in concert with fugitive businessman Low Tek Jo, also known as Joe Low. 48-year-old Joanna Yu, who was under examination in chief by ad hoc prosecutor Datuk V.C. Tambaram, said there was no conspiracy against the former Prime Minister. When asked by Datuk Sitambaram on allegations that she was a rogue banker acting in concert with Joe Low, Yu stressed that there was no conspiracy. She said she only notified Joe Low and Datuk Sri Najib whenever the account belonging to Datuk Sri Najib was overdrawn to avoid dishonoured checks. Yu earlier told the court that Joe Low had on occasions relayed messages to her, purportedly from Datuk Sri Najib. The witness also testified that Nick Faisal was the mandate holder of Datuk Sri Najib's bank accounts, with whom she met and dealt with, as she did not deal directly with the former Prime Minister. Yu also revealed that Joe Low had requested for Datuk Sri Najib's bank accounts to be identified by a code name for confidentiality reasons. She said based on her dealings with her portfolio of corporate clients, the Am Private Banking MR code name used for Datuk Sri Najib's current account was the first ever individual account to have been designated with a code name. She testified that the reason for the code name was based on a query made by Joe Low, who had requested for the account to be identified based on the said account number only, rather than by the name of the account holder, to ensure confidentiality. The 54th prosecution witness also told the court that Datuk Sri Najib's 3 current accounts had a high volume of transactions between years 2011 and 2015. The hearing before Justice Muhammad Nazlan Muhammad Ghazali continues on Tuesday. A PKR State Assemblyman has been summoned by Bukit Aman to have his statement recorded in connection with the sex video implicating Economic Affairs Minister Datuk Sri Azmin Ali. Bukit Aman Criminal Investigation Department CID Director Datuk Huzaim Mohammed confirmed that police had recorded the statement of a 34-year-old assemblyman on Monday but declined to reveal the person's identity. Meanwhile, on a suspect who was arrested in Shah Alam on Friday, Datuk Huzaim revealed that police have obtained a remand order to hold him till Wednesday. So far, 11 people have been detained over the case to date, with 5 subsequently released after their remand expired on Thursday. Among those detained were former PKR Santubong Youth Chief Haziq Abdullah Abdul Aziz and Farhash Wafa Salvador Rizal Mubarak, who is Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim's political secretary and Perak PKR chief. Meanwhile, Economic Affairs Minister Datuk Sri Muhammad Azmin Ali stressed that he knows the identity of the mastermind behind the circulation of the sex video which implicated him. The PKR Deputy President, however, declined to name the person as the matter is still under police investigation.
You know who's the dalang. Will you not tell us?
No, because the investigation has started and let them conclude the whole process.
Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim has given you...
Tetapi saya sebut ni bukan benda baru. Daripada hari pertama, saya sudah menjangkakan bahawa ada unsur-unsur dalaman. Tetapi biarlah siasatan itu diteruskan.
He was speaking to reporters after attending a special prayer session to reject gutter politics against him at the residence of Selangor Menteri Besar Amiruddin Shari in Shah Alam Sunday night. The PKR Deputy President also said he would continue to cooperate with Party President Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim to champion the party's agenda. On Sunday, Datuk Seri Anwar pledged to continue working together with his deputy as a team. He said the two of them should meet regularly to discuss the party's agenda and work out ways to resolve issues raised by the people. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, has arrested a Kuala Kubu Baru Sessions Court judge for alleged corruption. MACC Chief Commissioner Latifa Koya in a statement said the judge was linked to the lawyer, deputy public prosecutor and several policemen who had been arrested recently. She said the investigation has to do with the detention of illegal immigrants for the purpose of receiving payments for their release. A sum of money was also seized from the judge when the arrest was made. However, she did not disclose the amount of money seized. On Friday, 6 policemen from the Hulu Selangor Police Headquarters, the lawyer and the DPP were arrested by MACC to assist in investigations into cases where illegal immigrants were allegedly arrested and then forced to pay to be released. The lawyer and DPP, who were reported to have had large sums of money seized from them, have had their remand orders extended for 2 days, while the 6 policemen have been released. Due to uncertainties caused by the US-China trade war, more American firms are ramping up efforts to establish their presence in Malaysia. According to the Senior Vice President of US-ASEAN Business Council, Michael W. Michalak, Malaysia's endless effort to improve its regulatory environment would also woo more companies to invest in the country.
I think that the shift of supply chains has actually been going on for some time, and the trade war has just accelerated that shift. I think that as you're going to see throughout the day in our workshop today, that Industry 4.0, the digital economy, is going to be the center of the economy going forward. The single biggest factor is going to be who is ready for the digital economy, which economy has the best environment for the private sector to be able to have cross-border data flows, to be able to deal with data in a very logical and business-friendly manner.
He was met at a one-day workshop themed The Potential of Industry 4.0 for Malaysian SMEs in Kuala Lumpur on Monday. The workshop was to provide a platform for SMEs to learn and understand the benefits and opportunities of Industries 4.0. Superman video, a man remanded for 2 days. This and more when we return. Welcome back. Still on Nightline. In Johor, a 49-year-old man has been remanded for 2 days over a probe into a video clip which was shared on social media showing 2 small boys doing the Superman stunt on the back of a fast-moving car in Pasir Gudang. Sri Alam District Police Chief Superintendent Ismail Dola said the man was arrested on Sunday at about 7:45 p.m. at a house in Taman Nusa Damai in Pasir Gudang following tip-off from the public. The video of the 2 boys doing the Superman stunt on the back of a moving car went viral recently, sparking concern amongst those who viewed it. In the clip, 2 boys are seen on the trunk holding on to the fast-moving car as it speeds down a busy intersection believed to be in Taman Saintex in Pasir Gudang. In a statement on Monday, he said police believe the man was the vehicle's driver when the 2 boys were on the car's trunk. The Toyota Vios car used in their stunt was also seized. He added that 3 boys aged between 10 and 12 were involved in the stunt, which went viral on social media. One of the children is the man's son. Probe is being conducted under the penal code for endangering the lives of others. In Pulau Pinang, a man miraculously survived after falling from the 10th floor of an apartment building earlier Monday morning in Jelutong. According to authorities, the 44-year-old man, believed to be drunk, was standing next to the window of his living room when he fell and landed on the 5th floor of the building in the 2:30 a.m. incident. The victim is now at the intensive care unit of the Penang hospital with a broken left leg and hip. Initial investigations revealed that the victim was drinking liquor, which contained 35% alcohol made by a China company before the incident. In Terengganu, a 51-year-old unemployed man was charged in court for incest after impregnating his 16-year-old daughter. The accused pleaded not guilty to the charge before Judge Wan Azimah Yaakob. According to the charge sheet, the accused had victimized the girl, now 7 weeks pregnant, since she was 12 years old, a year after his wife died at a house in Kuala Terengganu. The father of 5 was charged under Section 376B of the Penal Code, which carries a jail term of up to 30 years and whipping upon conviction. The court did not allow bail and fixed August 27th for re-mention of the case. A Malaysian Hajj pilgrim, Amil Abdullah, aged 63, from Johor Bahru, died at the King Faisal Hospital in Mecca last Friday of viral infection of the blood. Amil was admitted into the Shisha TH Medical Centre for treatment before being transferred to the hospital, where he died at 2:20 p.m. He arrived in Madinah on July 9th with his wife and spent 6 days there before leaving for Mecca. The Muassasah Asia Tenggara took care of the funeral arrangements, and the final rites were performed in Masjid al-Haram before burial after Subuh prayers on Saturday. Coming up after the break, dozens die in Russian airstrikes. Stay tuned. We move on to the foreign front. The United Kingdom will find out who its next Prime Minister will be this week, as voting within the country's ruling Conservative Party comes to a close. Monday is the last day that members of the party can submit their preferred candidate to lead the party and the country, with former Foreign Minister Boris Johnson facing the current holder of that post, Jeremy Hunt. Johnson, who is known for his outspoken and often controversial views, is seen as the frontrunner, with the result expected on Tuesday. The vote comes after Prime Minister Theresa May announced she would resign following repeated parliamentary rejections of the Brexit deal she struck with the EU. As such, the party leadership race has focused on how each contender would deal with Brexit ahead of a new departure deadline of October 31st. Over in Syria, 25 civilians were among 27 people killed on Monday in a Russian airstrike on a busy market in the country's northwest, in the latest violence to plague the opposition bastion. According to authorities, at least 45 other people were wounded in the air raid that hit a wholesale vegetable market in the town of Marit al-Numan in Idlib province. It said the death toll could still rise, as many of those wounded are in critical condition and some people are still trapped under rubble. Russia's defense ministry, meanwhile, denied reports that it was responsible for the airstrike. The latest strike comes one day after air raids by Damascus and its Russian ally on Syria's militant-run Idlib region, killing 18 people, including a young citizen journalist. Coming up next, Kane's wonder strike overshadows Ronaldo. Stay with us. We're back with sports news now. Football, the 2019 International Champions Cup. Harry Kane scored the winner on a wonder strike from midfield in stoppage time to give Tottenham Hotspur a 3-2 victory over Juventus in their opening match in Singapore. Spurs found the opener after 31 minutes when Eric Lamela reacted fastest to a rebound from Troy Parrott's initial effort. Juventus levelled the score 11 minutes into the second half through Gonzalo Higuain. Cristiano Ronaldo then put Juventus ahead, slotting home Mattia De Sciglio's cross in the 60th minute, just for Lucas Moura to equalise from close range 5 minutes later. The match was about to end when Harry Kane unleashed a spectacular effort from midfield that beat Juventus' keeper Wojciech Szczęsny, giving Spurs a 3-2 win. Juventus will next travel to Nanjing, China to face fellow Serie A side Inter Milan, while Spurs will face Manchester United in Shanghai. As we wrap up Nightline this time around. With that, I'm Anita Wu. Thank you for watching and good night.